Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dapper Ds. I'm Dippy.
I'm Dadley.
I forgot why I'm here, but I'm Dono.
And we're the Dapper Ds. The only shoe that... The only shoe...
Only shoe that fits? Yes.
The only show that's two truths and a lie. Dadley's never been here.
I'm AI generated.
I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, no, I would be surprised. You're so articulate. How dare you?
You
Whoa!
bet me.
Oh! No. He's
The
been a
truth
fox
is, I've
this whole
never been
time.
here, gentlemen.
He's been a furry the whole time.
That's why he was
Oh,
missing
God!
last month.
Wait!
That's why he was missing last month. All right. First and foremost, welcome back, Dono. And second off, welcome back, Dadley. Both of y'all have been on a little bit of a hiatus, but we are finally coming back today to bring you the good word, because it is the Dapper Discussion. This is number 28. Can you imagine? Well, you don't have to. It's here. This is the 28th one.
Yeah.
So, before we get too deep into that, let's go ahead and get some partners and sponsors out of the way. Starting off with W.GG. The usual spokesman has been impeded by a cat. Has been impeded by a cat.
Gentlemen, I need energy to be able to hold this cat for so long as I do. And you want to know where I get that energy?
Oh,
I get it from my
us, Don.
favorite energy drink. That's easy to make right at home. W.GG. And I go to W.GG to get that energy, just so I can be able to hold this fat cat that loves to purr in my ear and put his freaking claws into my shoulder. My God, this is beautiful. Help me.
Well, that's right. And you can go to W.GG and you could use the code ANIPOD, that's ANIPOD, to save 15% off of your next purchase. That can be shakers, it can be flavors, it can be merch, it can be the mystery pack. If you don't want to pick, let the site pick for you. It can be the starter pack. If you don't know what to pick, let the site give you the shaker and a few flavors that will get you started on your flavored energy journey. It can be, that's it. I think that's it. It can be the cans if they brought back the cans. I don't know if they have though. Not entirely sure.
They keep getting bought out, I believe.
Check the website. You never know what might be there today.
Go check the website. Use the code ANIPOD at checkout for 15% off your next purchase. And thank you, W.GG, for giving us the energy to just talk about stuff. Also, do we want music? I don't want music. I'm feeling like a kind of non-music day today.
Okay.
Us and our
yeah,
own
no
company.
music.
This cat literally has its claws in my shoulders.
But if we had music today, you could go check that out. You could go check out Stream Beats by Harris Heller, the number one library of DMCA free music for streamers and YouTubers. You can go to his website to download any track you want, or you can use his Spotify. You can go on Spotify and listen to all of his beats and songs and stuff like that for free as well. Stream Beats by Harris Heller, the music to our ears. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think.
Should be.
So, let's kick off a Dapper discussion, shall we? Wow.
I've never.
What was something that you guys used to say when you were younger that was probably like that you thought was funny but was really just stupid?
Wow.
For the longest time when I was younger, I thought I invented censoring the F word with the word friggin. Friggin.
Mine was very close to that.
And I would walk around and be like, dude, if you don't want to say the F word, you just say friggin, and they don't call you out on it. And I thought I was so smart, and then it turns out no. People have been doing that for generations. So that was one of mine.
I love that. I don't really know, actually. I'm gonna have to think about that. I mean, I just talked stupid. I feel like if somebody, sincerely, if a child were to come up to me and talk to me the way I talked, I'd be like, oh my God, what a poor, uneducated child.
Oh no.
Like, I distinctly remember looking at like a grown adult when I was 14. I'm like, can you go score me some cigarettes? And he's like, the fuck you mean score? He's like, that's not what that word means. I hope you know that. I'm like, right.
Oh.
I have to grow up at some point. And like, it was a weird moment in my life.
Well, there you go.
Oh my gosh. I used to say, I had several things that I used to say. In junior high, I used to say, don't snort shrooms.
I mean, it's good life advice.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is good life. You
And
should.
people were just like, you don't snort shrooms. I'm like, no, you dumb motherfucker. It's a joke. Like everybody was taking me too seriously. I was like, all right, I'm dropping this one.
Right.
My next thing used to be like, oh, French people.
Oh?
That's what I would say is like, ah, French people.
I mean,
Like,
I would quote
as a swear. And then I got a friend from France and they're just like, that's terrible. Like, please don't ever say that again. I'm like, okay.
Do y'all remember the YouTube video of the dad with Tourette's? I would quote that all the time, just randomly screaming like, "Oh, Bob Saget!" Yeah.
That was my first ever YouTube video that I ever watched.
Oh my god, my first YouTube video, I think, was like a Linkin Park music video. I would assume, yeah. So Dono,
Yes.
you went to Chicago.
Yes, I did.
First YouTube video.
Did you want to
Yes.
know what I did in Chicago the entire time?
Cocaine.
Oh dear.
Huh? I
Go
literally
on.
smoked weed and played Cult of the Lamb for like 3 days straight, and then went out to the Michigan Lake, which is right there because we were on the north side of Chicago, and just sat, smoked weed, and listened to music. It was
Then why did you go to Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you mean for the children?
yeah for the children, because children. We love them so much. But honestly, like, it was, my wife was just wanting to see her friend and then invited me because we wouldn't have kids. And so I was just able to be an autistic bubble and just sit, eat like fucking amazing food because their friend works as like a butcher and so knows like a bunch of different nut cheeses and stuff like that. And they're incredibly
Ooh.
gay. So it was like I was just pampered and played
Well,
video
there you
games.
go.
There you go.
It was lovely. I mean, like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a great vacation, but I don't know.
Sounds
it was just
phenomenal.
nice. Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah, you can just go somewhere to go somewhere.
And then we got stuck on our last day and we're there for a lot longer and we didn't end up having
dear.
Dapper D's because of that shit.
Yeah, so apologies to those of you anticipating a fun-filled episode of Castle Crashers last week. We unfortunately could not get around to it due to travel constraints.
I will say this, if anybody wants the tea and a bit of justice, the people that had, or the individual that had literally been parked illegally and were just like keeping us in our spot, got towed, not because of us, but my wife was not like trying to be kind and everything and left a note on there, not trying to start anything, letting them know, hey, let me know when you move so we could be able to go because we need to get home to our kids and stuff. And he got towed, and when he had to pay for his car to get like out and everything like that, he found the note and then tried to get my wife to pay for the tow fee, which was like $750.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and we were just like, no, that's not our fault. Like, and like the guy's just like, it's fine, I freaking fucked up and whatnot, but not like one. We had taken a picture of his like license plate to make sure that he wasn't going to try anything, you know. Took a picture of all the cars because they were so close. But we looked over at the license plate, and he admitted to this that he was out of date, and he was from out of state.
Oh,
so he had
shit.
an out of date, out of state car, or license plate, registration, and everything. So that's why it costs so much. Is because with getting him with paying the tow fee, he had to pay for registration, everything like that. Usually it's like $250 or like 200 to 350 bucks out there. So yeah,
that sucks.
But there was justice served. That person had like a shit time because he was a shit person, did a shitty thing.
Well,
you do shitty things, you're gonna have shitty things happen to you. Please be a good person.
It's a fuck around. You found out.
Yeah, and he admitted like I fucked around and I found out. So
that was actually going to be a question. What is a saying? What is like a modern saying that you've heard to bounce off of Dono's question of like what was something you said as a kid? What is something that you hear people say nowadays that you're like, that's just this generation's way of saying this? Like this older phrase, you know what I mean? Like my example is fuck around and find out is basically just the modern generation's way of like reiterating the golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated. Fuck around and find out is just like
it's a more hostile version.
It's a more hostile version, but it's like you're saying the same thing. It's just like if you mess with me, I'll mess with you back. Because that's how you wanted to be treated. So you know, that kind of thing.
It's not a perfect one for one, but it is what it is, and same shit, different bucket, are basically the same.
Yeah,
like
they kind of are.
Yeah,
I mean, you could also say same shit, different bucket, and two birds in one stone.
See, it is what it is. It's kind of like
it's
more
two buckets,
existential.
One shit.
2 buckets, one shit. No, it is what it is. Is just like the universal quantifier for like everybody has to go through it.
Yeah.
But also
like everybody's
like,
going through it. Why should I bitch?
I will say something that I find adorable. I am not religious. My mother is. My mother.
It is what it is, and shit happens are very synonymous with each other.
Yeah. Also, yes. My mother says the Serenity Prayer often. The Serenity Prayer, the long story short, is the like, give me the, what the fuck is it? Give me the power to change the things that I can, and the knowledge to know the things that I can't. Is like the sum of the Serenity Prayer.
Yeah.
Which my mom has now decided it can just be shortened to it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because of how similar that is as well.
There you go.
It's give me the strength to control the things I can, and the acceptance to control the things I can't.
Yeah, so,
basically.
Serenity Prayer, the media pick of the week. No.
Get on that bitch. Let's go.
Maybe. Let's go.
I'm trying to think if there are any other ones that like kind of just are. Like, I'm trying to think if there is an old version of YOLO.
Well, see, even that, like YOLO is an old in terms of like internet age old.
That is fair.
Brain rot language is hard to process, but when you do process it, you find that there's just a lot of random crap that just says the same thing that, you know, like
yeah. It goes back to like during the boom of books, there were a bunch of articles of people being like, these youngsters are spending too much time with their nose in a book. They won't get an education. And like, it's the same mantra as now of like, your attention span's fucked from TikTok. I'm like, I've genuinely learned a lot from TikTok though.
Oh yeah.
Like
100%. I've learned like so much about how like the world and cultures and like people and like acceptance, and like I've definitely grown as a person with that much information. It's what information you allow yourself to take in is the problem, and what you accept. So like the TikTok could be a really good thing if you let it be and you like the right things and you build yourself like an algorithm that is good. Yeah. There are some people that just like trash and will only like trash and continue to eat trash or consume trash. So yeah.
Welcome to Plankton singing Pink Pony Club TikTok.
On that topic of fucking things, there was a study done, and like studies don't prove shit. It's whatever, but
depends on the study.
I was about to say,
scientists did a study and found that about probably 10 to 15% of people are actually self-aware, and so many people just live their life like just not knowing that they have like their actions have consequences and shit like that, or just like I don't know how exactly it is.
Oh, no, I see what you're saying. I see what
like
you're
thinking about like, how does my actions like affect this situation?
Okay.
Not self-aware.
Like,
I mean,
a good
one defining trait of humans is that we are self-aware.
Yes,
but I get what you're saying. Like that, there was a study that people are like self-conscious.
Self-conscious, yes,
self-conscious,
thank you.
Right.
Sorry, I'm freaking I said a dumb thing earlier.
No,
so
good.
My brain's like mixed up today. I've been a dad all day. Like it's fantastic. My wife is currently working, and I get
15% of people.
It's
so 15% of people know that when you fuck around, you will find out. And the other 85 are just wandering through life, fucking around and finding out, but never finding out.
But it's like they repeat the same dumb shit. And
Yeah.
honestly, I've met so many people lately that I'm just kind of like, oh, that sucks.
I recently went on a guy's trip, and conversation about conspiracy theories was rampant everywhere.
Oh boy.
And I found one that I've never heard before, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Okay.
That ADHD is just the missing link to the next version of humans that are a lot better at multitasking.
Except for there's different types of ADHD that make it harder to multitask.
I was about to say, so
instead of you get overwhelmed.
So ADHD.
Yeah, and those people aren't going to have their genes passed on.
Excuse me, I do.
Well, see, the thing about
I'm not saying I believe in it first and foremost. Before we dive into it, this is not a conspiracy. Like, I want to stress that.
What's your guys' favorite conspiracy theory?
Yes, we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. So ADHD as the next evolution of humans.
Yeah.
Well, for number one, there are very important parts of ADHD as a disorder, which are like your brain does not give and receive reward chemicals correctly when you have ADHD. So there would be no reason to do anything if that was the next step of evolution. People would still do things because they were important, but they wouldn't be doing them because they want to do them.
Correct.
You know, that would be, which is a nightmarish existence, number one. Number
It
two,
does suck.
there are different versions of ADHD, like Donald said. You know, you have hyperactive, you have attention deficit, like the specialties that focus you focus more on one, focus more on the other. But attention deficit people, especially not hyperactive, especially specialized ADHD attention deficit people have such a hard time focusing on any given thing that they are told to do, and that can pour over into like personal things that no one is telling them to do but they should do anyway. You know, personal hygiene, cleaning, cleaning their space, cleaning themselves, cleaning, making space in your schedule, cleaning your schedule, that kind of thing. And it's like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. No, I'll say it. It is a bad thing. When people can't pay attention to themselves enough, how are they going to pay attention to another person enough? And how are they going to, how is that the next logical step? It's not.
No, trust me. I'm not saying I agree with it. It's just very odd, very odd thing brought up.
Favorite conspiracy theory.
My go-to answer, because I'm gonna be honest, and I say this with not referring to anyone in this call, but most of the time when people are like, "What's your favorite conspiracy theory?" they are not people I want to have conversations with. So my go-to is women's pants don't have pockets to help purse sales.
Yeah, I mean that's that's something that you step into the pink tax or the girl tax, or the industries knowing they can make more money off of women because of that kind of thing, because they do it on purpose.
Here's a brospiracy to add on to that. Women's pockets are small because it's to encourage them to get boyfriends to hold their shit for them. And if they are single, that they want boyfriends to be able to use their pockets.
I can see that being a tag on, like a little tag on for the conspiracy theorists.
We are the purse.
We become
you need a purse. You need money in that purse. You need someone to put money in that purse. Sorry.
So
it's dumb, but it's stupid. I'm not saying that's the right thing. I'm just saying there's a lot of brospiracies that I was like, that's kind of funny. I'm not trying to be actually it's a joke. I made a joke.
Didn't just happen, did it? Wait a second. I gotta check. I gotta check something.
There's a conspiracy theory right now. It's happening.
I've made up a conspiracy theory in my head that I want to be so very, very true.
Okay.
There is a secret club of very hairy gentlemen that go to the northern woods constantly and act as Bigfoot, so that the Bigfoot theory conspiracy continues to happen.
We do not, Dono.
Oh my god.
What? All right, breaking news from the Dapper D.
News. Breaking sports news. The Green Bay Packers have traded for Titans backup quarterback Malik Willis.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
The guy who,
Is that why they got another quarterback when they didn't need one?
No, he's just going to be a backup. He's going to be like a second string or a third string backup.
Mhm.
And in exchange, we got one 2025 seventh round pick.
The Titans need a better negotiator.
God damn.
I can't even believe that. That's ridiculous. I mean, granted, the fact that we got any compensation for Malik Willis, big plus.
Yeah.
But one 2025 seventh round pick.
Didn't they just get that guy in the last
No,
draft?
that's Will Levis. That's
okay.
That's our Will Levis is our guy. He's gonna be the guy.
Hmm.
Oh
Understood.
man, I can't believe we traded Malik Willis. I for sure thought that he was gonna be on the roster though.
Mhm.
Wow, that opens up some spots. Okay, cool. Anyway, moving on. My favorite conspiracy theory, the one that I know is true, the one that I always like to reference, is the cultish activities of Bohemia Grove.
Yes.
Like that one,
tell.
we know Bohemia Grove is real. We've seen the videos. We know what happens in there. You know, like and
Yes.
all of these people that go to Bohemia Grove, and it's just like Jesus Christ. How do you even like? Like what do you even do? Like do you get your sick kicks from this type deal?
Yeah.
But my favorite, just completely out of this world conspiracy theory.
Mhm.
Just like not even like there's no chance in hell that this is really what some people actually believe. Is that not only is the Earth flat, all the other planets have been proven to be round, but
Yes.
the Earth is still flat.
Yes.
And you sit there and you listen to these people. How are you willing to believe that the other planets are round before the one that you're standing on is?
Mm-hmm.
Like this it's the level of these people. I just don't even believe it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
I'll do a quick rundown because I love any conspiracy theory that has to do with the Titanic. So my two favorite
oh gosh,
that
yeah.
are about the sinking of
Oh.
the Titanic.
I love one of these.
Okay.
If it's one that you're about to say, I love it.
Rose could have let him on.
There's
the,
a bunch, so you
plane.
might have a different one. One of them is that it was basically an assassination. The rival companies of banks that did not fund the Titanic, banks that did not contribute to the funding of the Titanic.
Really?
Both CEOs of two rival companies that did not contribute were on the Titanic. And so it was
my
a
God.
massive murder plot for these two. And then the other one,
Heard that before.
yes. And then the other one is that, and this is not true, that the Titanic was moving a mummy. But there is an unaccounted for mummy from the England Museum from when the Titanic sank. And the root, like the conspiracy theory is that the Titanic was being used to transport the mummy. The mummy was cursed, and that's why it sank.
Wow.
That's the dumbest explanation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
both
kind of
those,
fun, though.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Imagine
The
if they
Titanic was
remade.
moving a mummy. Okay,
Yeah,
no, that's
imagine
not the
if
Titanic.
they remade the movie Titanic with it being a mummy horror movie.
Oh
now.
my God. That's the next step. That's the next episode of fucking, what is it called? That's the next episode of Saving Cats.
Saving Cats. Yes.
Oh my God.
What's the one you were thinking?
That the Titanic was not the Titanic at all. The Titanic
It was
was
the
a
Olympia.
sister. Yeah, the Titanic sinking was actually the decommissioning and intentional scuttling of a sister ship of the Titanic called the Olympic. And
Yes.
like you see pictures of the Titanic and the Olympic, and like the Titanic was built with 2 smokestacks. And you see the pictures of it being built and finished, sitting in the harbor, ready to go with 2 smokestacks. And you see the pictures of the Olympic or the Titanic setting off, and one of the most famous pictures of the Titanic going into the Atlantic Ocean, 1, 2, 3 smokestacks.
Yes.
And it's just like, wait a fucking minute. Like,
Is this where like Brandon Lee Mulligan got his like thing for Diane and that like the first season of Fantasy High? Because there's the two ships.
hmm.
One where
Fantasy High?
the Elven Oracle dies, but she died on a ship
Yes.
way back,
Hmm.
and instead it was
I
actually
don't know.
because
That'd
I'm just
be
like
neat.
that's way
That'd
too
be neat to
fucking
know.
similar.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love Titanic conspiracy theories. I don't know why. They're just neat. Yeah, that goes as far as we like recovered parts of the Titanic. Every piece of the Titanic is like has a serial number on it. Every
Yes.
major piece.
Oh,
We've pulled
I haven't
pieces.
been paying attention to the chat. Aludra, thank you for
Oh.
joining.
Hi,
and,
Aludra.
Aludra redeemed a hydrate.
Hi, Aludra. How's it going?
We have recovered pieces from the shipwreck of the Titanic
Mhm.
with the serial number for the Olympia.
That's fucking.
We've
That's
recovered
cool.
pieces for the Titanic as well. So, like, the leading conspiracy theory, I'll say, like, the conspiracy theory that kind of has enough gusto behind it, was that they put a bunch of faulty parts from the Olympia on the Titanic to save money.
See, that's kind of where you draw a line of, like, the Titanic sank because it hit an iceberg. It was human negligence that sank the Titanic, not just faulty parts.
Yes.
Like, faulty parts didn't really have a play in the role of the Titanic. It was literally human error.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, cool. But it's one of those things when it comes down to free will versus fate and the Titanic, like, if the conspiracy is they knew the Titanic was going to sink on the voyage, it just so happened to sink because it hit an iceberg rather than the faulty parts blowing up. Like,
Yes.
it's like, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can totally believe
like
that
that.
they thought the Titanic was never going to sink, but had faulty parts.
The unsinkable ship.
Yeah. Yeah, just don't name anything that. Like,
Yeah.
just... You're asking for trouble.
Better yet, don't make a new ship and call it the Titanic and run it along the same route that the old one did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're about to do.
They are.
I can't.
Would you go on the
even
boat?
believe it.
Would you go on it?
I would. I
Donald,
absolutely
what about you?
would. I would, if given the opportunity, I would ride the Titanic. You know,
Do you think that they're gonna go like with like a when did the Titanic sink? It was like in the 20s or something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that they're
1912.
gonna go? Do you
Okay,
think
I'm
that they're
Googling.
gonna go
When
with
did the
like a Great
Titanic sink?
Depression ride? Or the Roaring
1912. Good
20s?
job, Dippy. Holy shit.
What's up?
That would be fun.
Yep. It's
Do it
good.
like a
It's been over
theme.
Minecraft.
yeah.
Start splashing water on the boat. Like
It's oh no. It's just,
guys, Shark Tank idea. We should make a Titanic themed escape room that slowly fills up with water.
dude. See, you could only go up to a certain point before, you know, like, you would never be able to pull that off unless
The
you
tag
had,
is
like, a
paint
height
me like
limit.
one of your Twitch
Like,
girls.
Yes.
Man.
The tag
Oh.
for the escape room is paint me like one of your Twitch girls.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Here's a very morbid question. Because
Okay.
we've talked behind camera, we've talked a lot about morbid curiosity and whatnot.
And I've got another not so morbid question after
Okay.
this, so go ahead.
I did one moment in history. Like, I was gonna say one tragedy, but we could just have it be one moment in history. You can't
Sure.
interfere with it, but you get to watch it.
Yes.
You're just like a fly on the wall. What moment of history would you want to watch?
I would want. Okay. This might sound. You know, I didn't want to like immediately say it and convince people. Oh wow, he's thought about this a lot. But I would have to say, I would go back and I would just want to watch. And it happened when I was alive too, so I was like, this isn't. You know, why would I go back and see this? I would want to be on a rooftop in New York when 9/11 was happening.
Okay.
So the idea is that this was such a tragic moment for the country, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that I will eternally have the curiosity of what it would have been like to be standing there watching it happen.
Yeah.
I have a weird fascination with 9/11 footage, like people who filmed it on the
Would you
ground in
be
an
also
apartment
playing
on the
at any point in
run.
time any Rage Against the Machine songs? Because they weren't allowed after that day.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
you are
that
right.
that was a weird fact that Rage Against the Machine was banned after 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
But no, I would, that's one of those ones tapping into morbid curiosity. I just want to be on a rooftop or like in, observing 9/11
Yes.
happening.
Absolutely. No, I get that. I get the curiosity. Like,
yeah.
What about you, Dono? Is there any like historical thing that you were like, I'd want to see that? I have my answer ready to go if you want to think.
Fuck, I don't know. Like, honestly, part of me, most things that I'm thinking of are just like, God, that would like traumatize the fuck out of me.
Fair.
Okay.
If I could live through it and not die, but be
Yes.
able to see everything,
No, you're like
the
a
atom
ghost.
bomb
Yeah.
dropping.
Oh my god, what a good pick.
Wow.
Like,
you know something
or-
that would be on my
or
list.
like the moon landing, like during
yeah,
that
of
time of
course.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the atom
Hmm.
bomb dropping and everybody just like
Yeah.
it being seen and known about, like the fucking being like, oh shit.
See, that would be a
You know?
fun moment. That would be a fun moment.
Because-
Would be on would be if I was able to be standing on the moon watching the lunar lander come down.
Mhm.
That would go above, my previous guess.
Yeah.
That would
I wanna
absolutely be,
I want to be in the ambulance that took Princess Diana to the hospital.
Okay. That
Hear me out. Because this
Hmm.
is again, this is going to circle back to conspiracy theories.
Sure.
That ambulance passed 3 hospitals. If you follow the route of the ambulance, it passes 3 hospitals.
Now, I would also say Princess Diana is royalty.
Yeah.
Royalty can't just go to any hospital.
If they're going to die,
Regardless
I
of their
feel like
condition.
they could. I feel like they could.
You have a point. Even regardless of condition, she should go to the first hospital.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
But wasn't she proclaimed like dead on impact? Didn't she like die in the crash?
She was pronounced dead like 20 minutes after. Like EMTs got there and she was still up.
Oh no.
Yes. I want to know what the fuck happened to that ambulance.
Oh boy.
Yes.
That would be that you got a fucking thing there. Wow.
Just John Mulaney in that ambulance.
John Mulaney as a baby sitting in.
One of my favorite videos
I was over on
I've
the
ever
bench.
seen. One of my favorite videos I've ever seen is it has the caption Princess Diana's the last thing Princess Diana saw, and it's just John Mulaney leans so close in the camera like, "Hi, it's me, John Mulaney."
Hello.
What?
Do you not know this bit?
You ever
John Mulaney
seen-
has a bit.
You
Yeah.
ever seen a ghost? All right.
You had a question, Dippy. You had something. to
Yes.
I heard you say
So
John
my
Mulaney
next
3
question-
times into a mirror. Some weird shit's
Oh
gonna
God,
happen.
not Beetlejuice. Fucking, you say John Mulaney 3 times in a mirror, and he appears, and he's just like, "Hi there. You ever seen a horse in a hospital?" Like, no. My question was going to be, what is an ultra specific aesthetic that you are like you feel like you're the number one fan of?
Fuck, bro. I don't know.
Like, we have aesthetics like Western and
Children live in this
Cyberpunk
house. Fucking, that's my aesthetic. Oh, and I
No,
have
but-
dogs.
You're a fan of it.
Oh, that I'm
you
a
are
fan
a
of.
number one fan of. A
Wow.
hyper-specific aesthetic that you are a number one fan of. See, for me, my answer to that would be, and I have to figure out how to word it. Post-apocalyptic solar punk Japan. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
you see what I mean?
Yes.
Like cherry
Yeah.
blossoms floating in the breeze and like vines covering these giant glass skyscrapers that have just been abandoned because of some kind of thing that happened.
San
know.
Francisco.
See, San Francisco is a really good one. I like that too.
Yes.
You know, just the combination of America and Japan, you know,
Yeah.
which was a great aesthetic choice for the movie.
Oh my god. Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean it's from the
yeah.
comics. Yeah, they pulled it from the comic run.
The tradition of, you know, the
Yeah,
tradition
but they
of the
Disneyed
American
the
West.
fuck out of that movie.
The tradition of the
I don't know if
American
you've read
West.
the comics, but it's way different.
It's not that far off.
The manga, the original manga, is way different.
No, I mean I just mean like aesthetic vibe and whatnot. It's not that far off. Like
aesthetic vibe, yeah, it's pretty close.
They did have to they did change it up and stuff like that. It's not like
Plot wise,
it was
yeah.
it was a much darker manga than what it is.
Yeah.
now.
Of course.
Of course
yeah.
it was.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
what were you
They
saying,
just
Donna?
need the
Or
fuck out
Dippy?
of it.
But yeah, that's one. Another one, and I can't explain this
Mm-hmm.
other than by saying, backrooms mixed with VHS cassette covers.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
VHS cassette covers. You think of like these big, long, liminal spaces, you know, black and gray, and a little bit of multicolor, a little bit of rainbow, you know, maybe,
Yeah.
you know, but just like 80s
Yeah.
liminal.
You guys know those old like cassette holder, like or not cassette, VHS holders? Some dude is selling like, or you can buy the 3D print of that mold and make a like deck holder.
Oh, fun.
Oh, fun.
Someone decided to do that. And, yeah,
That's a good idea. I love that.
Yeah, so you can put like dice. You can make it basically a dice box.
It's funny you bring up solar punk because I genuinely love the aesthetic of solar punk so much.
There's like one commercial that has like a solar punk world, and I don't remember what the commercial is about, but that aesthetic is perfect. Like,
yeah, and like,
and when you look up solar punk, you have like, oh, it's plants growing on buildings, you know, and some people leave it like a little too desolate looking still, like it's still very gray and it's still very like dead and new life regenerating the deadness, but it's like,
yeah,
this one commercial got it fucking perfect. It's like weather balloons and orange wildflowers and a
That's
giant
very.
glass
I'm
city.
trying to remember. I think it was.
Was
I
it
know
something for,
exactly
like,
the thing that you're
tea?
talking
It
about
was like
because I
Lip-
based a lot of.
It was like a drink commercial, or like it was like
Lipton
a
iced tea. I think it was.
So the aesthetic, I'll say right off the back, the aesthetic that I have been told I produce. I once had a girlfriend that looked me in the eyes and said that if she had to name my aesthetic, I am the only cartoon character living in the world.
Chobani. That's who did it.
Chobani.
Chobani, the yogurt company.
A while back, I made a brief.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that apparently is aesthetic that I give off. I don't know.
Sorry, what was it? Sorry, I missed it.
I had an ex-girlfriend tell me that the aesthetic I give off, the vibe that I am, is I am the only cartoon character living in a normal world.
See, I can see that
Is
aesthetic.
it Smiley Friends is the cartoon? Or...
Smiling Friends, the cartoon.
I thought you guys like to hang out and smoke weed and fucking watch. Nah.
Yes, it is.
Smiling Friends is like terminally online culture mixed with like just regular demotic life.
Yeah. If I
weird. Yeah.
If I had to go with like my favorite aesthetic, like the niche aesthetic that I think I'm the #1 fan of, it is like urban high fantasy that stopped for some reason. If that makes sense. Like because magic got so big, technology was stunted a bit. I love urban. I don't have to go off about it too much. I love urban fantasy with a passion.
So
I like.
Dark
Dude, have you seen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen like urban night fashion? It's a thing that's coming back, and I
Yes.
fucking
Oh
love
my
it.
god, I want hoodies so bad.
Fucking, there's this dude that started doing it, and I remember him like testing shit out and
Mhm.
whatnot. Then he's just like, I got these pieces of armor, and took like a puff and just slapped on the shoulder
Yes.
pieces, and then had like fucking wraps on this, like the metal
Yeah.
the,
It's genuine dope.
breast or like wrist part or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking, it looks sick as hell. Because like when you're in the middle of the night, you just shine. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that's gangster.
Here's something that's been on my brain recently, and this is a hard question. I have not been able to answer this. If the three of us were to go to a con, what are we all cosplaying as? Are we trying to do a group cosplay? Or are we just doing our own thing?
See, if I had to coordinate a costume with the two of you, I would fail. Because I would have so many characters that I would rather cosplay as by myself. But if I had to pick one for all three of us to be, I could imagine all three of us being different classes from TF2. Like,
Okay.
I can imagine Dono pulling off a heavy cosplay so well, like the heavy weapons guy.
Yeah.
With the minigun and everything.
I ain't shaving my beard though. I ain't got that kind of face.
Heavy has plenty of beard cosmetics. It would.
Yes.
And Dadley, you give off like such scout energy to me. Like it just, you know, whether it's because you're from that area, like, you know, the New England vibe of scout.
Yeah. But I could definitely pull that
Is
off.
Scout the one that? No, I was thinking like the fucking spy for him, the dude that has like the mask.
See, I could see Dadley pulling off spy too.
No, wait, he's not tall enough.
No,
yeah, but
is.
almost anyone can pull off spy though. Like,
yeah, anyone can.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
feel like spy is like Slenderman height.
I mean, you could also be sniper. Maybe.
I am a generic white man. I could be a lot of things.
See, I think you would be better as scout then. Like,
I do too.
See, with Dono as heavy and you as scout, then I would be medic.
Yes.
I've like mained medic for a long time in TF2, and I love medic, and
Isn't that game free on Steam?
Yeah, it's free.
Should we play that for a freaking?
I was about to say, have you guys never played TF2?
No.
I have heard of it. I've never played it.
Oh my god, we need to do TF2 for an episode.
Okay. I'm gonna send a picture to the group chat.
I mean, you've played
shooters. Dippy, you could totally play the medic. I'm looking at pictures right now.
I can definitely see all of us doing the Rowdy Rough Boys from Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay.
It would just be really funny. I also, granted,
how many triplets, like mainstream triplet pairs, can you think of?
Let's go to the Google. Let's
Google some mainstream trios.
Trio cosplays.
Like pop culture trio cosplays.
All men. Because I know I can think of a lot of like two guys and a girl. Like,
yeah, I can think of two guys and a girl. I can think of all girls, but not all guys.
We could be Doug Trio.
No.
We couldn't.
We could totally be Doug Trio.
If we do like, as long as we get like the two like fucking tops, or we could just all wear like, what is it? The fucking, not leggings, but like what the fuck is it called? Stockings. We just be like stockings and then put like big red noses on us. There's like the trio.
We could be Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh God. Wait,
not a whole lot of good options for guys.
This is a great line to keep going down. Keep going down this list, and we have to determine which of who's what out of these pop culture trios.
Dippy, you're Simon. I'm sorry. Oh wait, no, we line up so perfectly. I'm Alvin. Theo. Yeah, Dono is Theodore, and you're Simon. We line up perfectly with Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I mean, that would be pretty good.
We could all go as Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
I mean,
anyone.
Yeah,
we could all be Spider-Man.
It's just Spider-Verse, Spider-Man. Yeah.
We could do. Wow, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of options for us. Like on this list, it's like avocado toast. We could be the Try Guys.
Yeah, I mean, they went down to 3.
They did.
Yeah.
for reasons.
And now
that
they're down
we
to
won't
2.
talk about here.
I don't
you
know
know that?
enough about it.
There's now
We
only
could
2
be
of them.
the starter
EW.
Pokemon.
EW 20 great pop culture trios. So this is like including like trios that include women in them as well, but I think role wise, if you're just talking about like what role do each of us fill in those trios, like you can have trios with men and women and it serves the same purpose.
Yes.
Harry, Ron, and Hermione from Harry Potter.
I am probably Hermione.
You think you're Hermione out of our Harry Potter trio?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. I'm Hermione.
You are Hermione.
And you two are fighting over who's Ron because none of us
He's
want
Ron
to be Harry.
because I at least was middle class.
Wow.
No, I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ, Dono.
I'm so sorry. Oh shit! My fucking computer just fell. Oh no!
You're still alive.
You guys can hear me? I
Yeah.
can't fucking hear you guys.
Yeah.
My
Deadly.
power just
You
fell. I'm
okay,
so
bud?
Dono
sorry.
has just been coming out of nowhere with these fucking nut punches.
DJ choke a bitch out? And uh-oh.
I'm like,
Okay, while he
I
fixes that.
will pre-stream. I'll make jokes of like, "Huh, Dono, you're old," and Dono will be like, "You had a terrible childhood."
Yeah.
Anyway, we could be the
Wow.
starter Pokemon.
Deadly, are you okay?
Y'all, I'm gonna announce
That
my
was
retirement
fucking
right now.
rude. Like-
I'm gonna announce my retirement right now. I'm done.
Oh, we could be
I
we
am.
could do that. We
I'm
could do the
unhinged.
Hangover.
We
We could
could
do
do
the
the
what?
hangover.
Oh, the
The
hangover.
Hangover.
I don't
I
know.
could play. I could be Zach Galifianakis.
You could, yeah.
See, that's the only
I'd
one
make
out of
my
the
head
hangover
bald.
trio that I know. Who are the other two?
I don't know if
Bradley
my keyboard's
Cooper.
working.
Bradley
And
Cooper and the guy who loses his tooth?
yes,
Yeah, my keyboard's not.
yeah,
Plugged
not the
in.
best. We could be SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward.
Oh, fuck. See, I would be...
You don't think any of us are pretty enough to be Sandy?
No,
Okay, then who's handsome Squidward? We'd each be like handsome SpongeBob, handsome Patrick, and handsome Squidward.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
See, I think
Oh, here's my
out of
phone.
just like SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, I feel like I don't want to assign myself as Squidward, but I feel like I have to because you two are such
you're too young to
Patrick
be
and
Squidward.
SpongeBob pair. Like, oh,
I
you
think-
are right. I maybe I am too young to be Squidward.
I think it goes Dippy, Patrick, Dono, SpongeBob, and me, Squidward.
We're all
See,
Squidward.
I would agree with you.
Can we all just be different Squidwards? And then we're just like a blue duck trio?
We could be the Blue Man Group. We could go to.
We could be the Blue Man
We
Group.
could go to a con as Blue Man Group. That would be actually perfect, I think.
We could. We
could.
bought a zoo.
Dude, the classic one, the original trio, Curly, Larry, and Moe from the Three Stooges.
Wait, what if
Oh,
we?
yeah.
Okay, here's an idea. We bought a zoo, so we're all an animal, and then Dippy's mom is not Mark Wahlberg.
Oh my God, that's not where I thought you were going with this. Jesus Christ. See,
Oh,
out of the original Three Stooges, I feel like I would have to be Curly.
I don't know enough about the Three Stooges. I'll be honest.
I
Really?
don't know
Okay,
either.
okay, fair enough.
I know Curly, Moe, and the other one. Like I know there's two of their names.
Yeah.
We could be Scooby Doo, like
What?
Kirk, Spock,
We
and
could-
McCoy
we
from
could
the
be
original
Shaggy.
Sparch.
Ooh.
From-
Fred and Scooby.
And Scoop.
The
Yeah.
original. Oh. Shit. See, if there
Which
was
one of us
ever
is the dog?
if there was ever a Shaggy and Scooby combo in here, it would be me and Dadley.
Yes.
So am I
and-
Fred?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
you're
Leave
Hey,
you with
gang,
Fred.
let's split up.
Hey, gang.
I'm gonna go build a trap.
Yeah.
All right, one more here.
I
Let's get
don't.
one
I don't
more good
recognize that
one.
women
I
are
got-
flirting with me.
I did get one of Poseidon, Zeus, and Hades.
Oh man. See, I'm looking into their story out of this book,
Yes.
which I will talk about at the end. Poseidon, Zeus, and Hades. See, I would have.
I
think
feel like we're
Dadley's
all pretty
Hades.
locked in. Yeah.
Dadley's Hades.
Yes.
I feel like Dippy would be Poseidon.
So here's the thing.
I can see.
Are
it.
you guys trying to say that I am Poseidon?
I'm trying. That's where
I'll
I'm
take it.
leading towards. I feel like you. I feel like you are.
I think you're
more,
Poseidon.
No,
I feel like
wait.
you are more of the chill. Of
Yes. Poseidon is
Wait.
way more relaxed.
I'm
Yeah.
Hades because I'm married.
They're all
Wait,
married.
They're all technically married.
Zeus is married, but he also fucks everything. I'm kidding.
Oh, I can't be Zeus.
well,
Then.
hold it. I'm Zeus. I'm Zeus.
That means no. Yeah, that changes the whole dynamic. That means a Dadley's Zeus. Dadley's Zeus, Dono's Poseidon, and I'm Hades. Yeah, I'll take being Hades. Sure.
Wait, no, Hades is married to Persephone.
Well, no, but when you think about like,
Oh, wait, no, Hades only been with one person. I got you.
that kind of
Like
thing.
he has dedicated his heart to one person.
Yeah.
That kind of thing,
Not like
and
Dippy,
he only gets to
100%.
see that one person for half of the year.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he has.
I'm
her
here
on a
for that.
timeshare.
Okay. So in either terms, I'm Poseidon. Either way, you guys look at
Yeah.
it. So
Let's
yeah.
be real though. If we're cosplaying, I'm definitely Hades.
I mean, if we're looking at fucking like.
At fucking.
Okay,
I don't.
now listen. Now wait a minute. There are two different directions we
Website
could
we're
go here.
visiting this time.
If you
Yes.
if you go in the direction of Disney's Hercules, Hades, Poseidon, Zeus,
Ooh.
then
Is
you would
Poseidon even there?
absolutely
Oh,
be
yeah.
Hades.
Yes.
You would absolutely be Hades in that situation. But if
Wait,
we're
is
looking at
Poseidon in Disney?
yeah,
Mhm.
he at least shows up at the banquet at the beginning of Hercules. I'm pretty sure.
Poseidon.
I
I would
mean,
think he shows up at the beginning. But if we're looking at
Wait.
the game,
Oh, yeah.
because
if we're looking at the Hades game and we're talking cosplays from the Hades game, I would be fucking Poseidon because I think I would absolutely fucking rock a Hades game Poseidon. That's Poseidon in the Disney movie?
Poseidon in Disney.
Are you serious?
oh my
That's
god.
Disney's Poseidon.
That's crazy.
That's horrifying.
That's crazy.
That dude looks like he does drugs.
Wow.
Poseidon definitely smokes seaweed.
Hey, Dadley, can you just real quick look at the camera, turn yourself sideways, and just go sideways.
I'm starting to think Dono just doesn't want to be fucking Poseidon.
No, wait, I'm
Why
down
are
to be
you-
Poseidon. I,
was
love
about to
Poseidon.
say,
There's
why are you
nothing wrong
against
with
Poseidon so
deflecting
much?
an awful lot for
I'm not
for,
deflecting.
why
I accept
do you
Poseidon.
not want to be
I just think it's
Poseidon?
very funny because, like, I looked at that. I'm like, oh, that looks like Dadley.
Yeah.
I've seen Dadley make that face a couple
No.
times out of surprise.
Well, look at the thumbnail. I'm probably not that far off.
It's just you look that face in other directions. You don't usually
Okay.
do it in front.
Let's put this
Yeah.
let's put this to an end now. Let's put this to an end now. I'm Hades. Dadley is Zeus. Dono is Poseidon. And
Yes. Because I'm drowning.
that fucking face. That's incredible. All right.
Someone-
that was a good one to
Someone
end
clip
on.
that one.
Because we have reached the hour mark, which, as we
And
all
we have
know,
so many recurring segments now.
I know. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of good discussing going on here, but when
I
we
think that
come
was a
back from
solid
this-
like not 45 minutes of us just talking. Like,
yeah,
that was
it
great.
was good.
Can I
love
talk
that.
about my trips really quick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. So of course,
Because
sorry.
since the last time y'all have seen me, I went to Florida. Not a whole lot to talk about. It was like a family trip,
Yeah.
but it was fun. Went
Yeah.
to Disney Springs, bought myself some tea. That was it. But
I'll be
then,
right back. I'm still listening though.
yes, I did a bachelor party. Then we went whitewater rafting.
Oh.
And the most important thing to know is that one of the guys we went with, I don't know if he'd want me to use his real name or not, so we'll make up a fake name. Nick. Nick almost died whitewater rafting once
Oh,
and
no.
was terrified to go again.
And where'd he go?
His wife is currently pregnant, who was also terrified of him going. We then got to the water. It was level 1 rapids. It was so shallow, 2 of us fell asleep in our kayaks. straight up laid in the kayak and fell asleep. Nick fell asleep and only woke up because he got stuck on a rock.
Oh, you guys are in kayaks. Got it.
Yeah, we are in inflatable kayaks.
Okay.
So
okay.
very
Inflatable
small
ones.
stuff. Yeah, inflatable kayaks. Very tiny rapids.
I don't think I've ever seen an inflatable one.
Oh yeah, they're nice actually. They are. It was
I'm gonna look
fun.
that shit
It
up.
was a relaxing trip. Besides that, we played a lot of poker and cornhole. It was a very mellow guys trip. We're in a town of 150 people. Like, so that was it. I just wanted to talk about the trip really quick. I mostly just want to talk about the fact that the man that was terrified to whitewater raft fell asleep in the kayak.
And honey, tell me, how did you do? It's like,
I took a nap.
I took a nap.
That reminds me of the time that I watched it.
Here, Dippy. That reminds you of a time that you would have what? Oh, inflatable kayaks actually look kind of nice. They kind of look like bananas.
Sorry, I'm making
Sibby, just shout. Just shout. Fuck your neighbors.
I still can't hear him.
At a NASCAR race?
At a NASCAR?
That's impressive.
Dippy, you got 10 seconds to do 1 minute of NASCAR.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, yeah, one minute of NASCAR starting right in a moment while I open my clock.
Oh yeah, I need to open my fucking sheet too.
There.
Oh shit.
We're almost there.
Oh, my
All right,
God.
1 minute of NASCAR.
Okay, so a lot of NASCAR has happened since the last time we talked about NASCAR. We had a whole fucking ordeal happen at Indianapolis being one of the worst races ever. We had one of the most controversial things ever happen in a NASCAR race when Austin Dillon punted two drivers out of the way to win a race at Richmond. Like, he did not hold anything back. He literally drove into the last corner and punted one into the wall, and then he came down and right hooked another into the same wall. He won the race, but he had his playoff eligibility stripped of him. Then they went to Michigan, and it got rained out. They moved it to Monday. Corey LaJoie flipped. It was kind of a really weird thing. And then they had the Daytona.
I do remember it getting flipped to.
And then they had a Daytona night race, and it was really, really fun. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of close racing. And Josh Berry flipped and pirouetted on his roof 8 times. It was really crazy to watch. And in the end, I think... Oh, God. Who won that race? Harrison Burton won that race.
Yeah, but that was just like down the street from my house.
Yeah.
My wife was supposed to work that race. And then, we got stuck in Chicago. Yeah. No, we got stuck in Chicago on Monday. She would have gone in.
So, with that reoccurring segment done, what are we moving on to? Work, the fucking Wikipedia. Oh, yes, Dippy has a
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. No, Urban Dictionary. That's what I meant.
Ah.
Well, what I was going to say was.
What about magic items?
Now,
I totally forgot about magic items.
Now.
Yeah.
The inflatable.
We have hit the hour mark. Which means that we are ready to move on to our recurring segment. So after this quick 5-minute break...
Oh. Well, then you just got up and left.
Well, I made a sandwich. I don't know. I thought I had time. Because we were talking about
the
other
hour
shit.
mark. Let me go.
I mean, you were talking about your trip. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, so...
It's always nice when people don't interrupt you.
After a quick 5-minute break, we'll be back with more Dapper D's. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and
Oh, I
welcome
gotta
back to the Dapper Ds. So,
Hello.
let's get into the recurring segments today, which we have so many now.
We're gonna have to narrow them down at some point.
We did one. No, we don't have to narrow them down at all. We just have to prepare for them. You know, it's fun. It's fun to do this every week, every month. I like doing it every month. It's a good thing when you do it every month and not every week.
It's great.
And we already did one of them. I mean, we already did. It's great.
Fucking dies inside. No,
and
I love spending time with you guys. It's great. It's a highlight of my week.
And we did one before the break, but you know, we'll move on to Urban Dictionary definition of the day.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So we've got top definition for the day is meowsition.
A meowsition. That's just Phoebe from Friends.
Is that the genre that the Cats the musical is under?
It's a meowsicle.
What's a meowsition?
Okay.
Is it somebody that like has a bunch of different meows or like cat meows on a keyboard and fucking plays songs like that?
You're not ready for this definition. A meower that meows, meowing at meowing concerts professionally, as in for meowny, usually results in a big round of applause. Since cats are the best meowers, statistically speaking, the Meowsicians Guild and Meowsicians Union receive much of their funding from the Meowican Isn't Real Public, a furs cat meowty, a group that lobbies Congress to make it illegal to criticize cats in any way or to compare outdoor cats to invasive species through the Anti-Meowtism Awareness Act.
Okay, Jamie, bring up the clip of the Meowsician. Okay, fine.
Jamie, bring up that clip of the Meowsician. This is a little bit of a weird one. So here's one that you could actually reasonably define.
Name.
Okay.
Hey, if you're a fan of Meowsicians, name me 3.
Dude, fucking Cat Williams.
Yeah, Cat Williams.
That's it. That's the only joke I got.
We got Need instead of Creed.
And Nickel Cat.
And Nickel Cat.
I love it. Okay, here's one you could actually take a really good guess at defining.
Okay.
Teddy bro.
Teddy bro. That's a bro that cuddles.
Is that cuddling? Is that what that's called?
Is that bro cuddling?
Yeah.
That's the homie that you lay on their
bro.
chest.
I cuddle my bros. Do you cuddle your bros?
I cuddle my bros.
Yeah. Sometimes the bro just needs a cuddle.
Sometimes, yeah. What is it, Dippy?
A teddy bro is a larger masculine dude that has a huge soft side. He can talk sports, lifting, or MMA for days, but then gush over candles at Bath & Body Works or live for spa days. Teddy bros are usually very likable and have lots of friends since they can appeal to many different cultural subgroups. Important to note that not all teddy bros are gay.
There you go. Dono, you're kind of a teddy bro.
I think we all are. I think we. I mean,
yeah, actually.
Deadly, I mean, you're not as
Deadly
much
just
on
punch
the
you if you say the wrong
larger
thing.
side as me and Dono are, but you're large enough to be considered larger than some people.
Children?
I think Dadley's more of an otter bro, but you know.
If we're getting into
now we're getting into other terminology.
Yeah, if we're getting into furry terminology here.
No, otter.
No, not furry. No, not furry. Tippy.
Wait, what?
No.
Otter is a bear, but smaller.
Yeah.
Oh.
I use correct terminology of the free.
Sorry.
Of the culture.
My apologies. My mind went to a more naive place than that.
No, you're good. And now you know.
Who are you apologizing to?
Now you know.
No. All right. So, with that in mind, so that's us moving on to what do we move on to? What have we got lined up?
Y'all want to do
magic items?
We've got magic items. We've got magic items
as well.
We've got the Dapper debate. We've got a Dapper deal breaker. We have the Dapper draft.
We should do the deal breaker, so you're not going back to back, Dippy.
The Dapper deal breaker.
Let's do the Dapper deal breaker.
Okay.
This is the $15, Donna.
All right.
This is the 15. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
you
fuck.
start with 15. You start with $15.
Shit.
So if you haven't watched the Dapper Deal Breaker before, it's because we just named it. But if you haven't seen their previous segment when we did this, the Dapper Deal Breaker is pretty simple. On TikTok and other sites like that, you have this game where you start with $15, just to make it easy for people to comprehend what currency they're working with here, and you have 4 categories, of which you purchase from 5 different tiers, going from $1 to $5. And you are trying to make, you're buying whatever it is the category is following. And your category for today, gentlemen, you have just signed a contract as a producer for your dream movie.
Ooh,
Imagine it's one of the scripts that we've written on Saving Cats, or another script that you have in mind. Maybe mine, for example. And now it is your job to spend $15 to determine these 4 factors. So first and foremost, you're picking your director.
Okay.
So for $5, your director is Martin Scorsese. For $4, your director is Guillermo del Toro.
Ooh.
For $3, your director is Sam Mendes.
Okay.
For $2, your director is Quentin Tarantino.
For only $2?
And for $1, your director is M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, but M. Night Shyamalan's not bad either, actually. He has hits. M. Night Shyamalan has hits.
See, when I put together this list, you think of the public reception of these directors and their style and how they typically make a movie and their critical scores. Martin Scorsese's best of the best of the best. Like one of the best directors ever. You know, you're not going to mess it up with Martin Scorsese. The cheaper you go, the more likely the director is to quote unquote mess it up. Or go in their own direction, or do their own thing with your IP.
Yeah. So before I answer,
even saying that, I'm going with $3 for Sam Mendes.
I'm gonna go with the $4 for Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
But with that said, from one movie person to another, how much money out of the 1 to 5 would you put Sam Raimi?
Sam Raimi?
If I ever got to make a movie, that's the director I want to work with.
See, I would almost put Sam Raimi at a 3 as well. I would put.
I also would put him at $3. Okay. Yeah. All right. Donna, where are you going?
I did 2 for Quentin Tarantino, mostly because
because you also like
I've got like a vibe that I fucking I go with, and I feel because I'm not one to like really be solid within a movie.
Yeah, but he also can be very difficult to work with. If he didn't write it himself, I'd give him the idea and then bounce shit off with him. And then,
you'd be his partner.
Fair enough.
You guys would go into it together. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, let's fucking work something out, and then boom.
You've got your director. You've got your director. You're the lead producer. You're approached with the star roles. So the people who will play the lead actor and the lead actress in your movie. I'm going to go backwards for this one. So starting at $1, you have Adam Sandler and Amy Schumer.
Okay.
For $2, you have Hugh Laurie and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Okay.
For $3, you have Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. Obvious combo. Like, they've done a lot together. They're pretty good together. $4, you have Robert Downey Jr. and Emma Stone.
Okay.
Or for $5, you pick. You pick your lead actor and your lead actress.
Oh, that's tough because I can get Ron Perlman. And they've already worked together, and that would be really nice to get that again.
I'm going with Robert Downey Jr. and Emma Stone. Mostly
I would, that's where I'm at too.
Some of my favorite. Also, that duo would be fucking fantastic together.
You had to throw Amy Schumer with Adam Sandler because Adam Sandler's on a run of not doing comedies anymore that are really good.
Yeah,
he is. You had to throw Amy Schumer into it.
Yeah, he is. And when I did Adam Sandler combined with Amy Schumer, I imagined the Adam Sandler of his SNL comedy days.
Oh, see, I was thinking like right now Adam Sandler.
Right now Adam Sandler would be great, but then you tag him with Amy Schumer, like, no.
And he's going to revert. That's why we're getting Happy Gilmore 2.
See, for my purposes,
some fucking reason.
I'm
What?
not. I'm not terribly
Why?
upset. I'm not terribly upset with Hugh Laurie, Sarah Jessica Parker at 2, because that gives
I
me
was
a
gonna
lot
say-
of room to work with later on down the line.
I think that's what I'm grabbing. Yeah.
Hugh Laurie, Sarah Jessica Parker at 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Dono, you already picked RDJ and
Yeah,
Emma Stone.
Robert Downey. Yeah, RDJ.
So
and
you
Emma
have
Stone.
Quentin Tarantino. Okay.
Oh, they
Now-
are making a Happy Gilmore too.
What
the
is a
fuck?
movie now? What is a movie without its score? So
Yeah.
to do the score for $5, you get John Williams.
I'm doing it. I don't care what the other options are. It's worth it.
For
Telling you this right now.
$4, you get Hans Zimmer.
Mm.
For $3, you get Pharrell Williams.
Oh.
For $2, you hire a random studio to do the score. You're not entirely sure how it is going to come out. Or for $1, you get to do it yourself.
Oh, I do like that creative control. But I'm doing the $5. I'm getting John
$5 for
Williams.
John
Honestly?
Williams. Yeah.
It's worth it.
Fuck.
You could have put him for $6, even $7, and I still probably would have taken
See,
it.
Pharrell
Yeah.
Williams would be great if I was doing it like in animation
Yeah.
or something. But with Quentin Tarantino, that would not mash. But I do feel like taking the bet at the $2 would actually be something that Quentin could deal with, because he usually just uses like old school, like 80s music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so like because a lot of his things are based around like older fucking like plays, and so having like a random group to be able to kind of for him to fuck around with would be a huge thing to really create a beat.
No,
So I'm gonna
random
go with
means
the
that you
two.
cannot involve any of the top scoring musicians or like the score builders
Yeah.
of the industry. It's just a random studio. They like, oh, we're doing a score for a movie. Okay, and you get
Yeah.
what you get.
Hmm.
That's
Then-
what $2
oh,
at
fuck.
random is. And
Then I'll
do
go
it
with a
yourself
5.
means you literally have no other musicians or no other like conductors or
Fine,
anything. unless
Dippy,
you,
I'm going with
yeah.
5. Okay.
Oh, really? You're also going 5 with John Williams?
I guess. Fuck, dude.
Okay, so finally, that means Dono, you're coming in a little under for all of your
I'm
choices.
4 right now.
You have $4 left. Okay,
Yes.
I got $3 left.
you have $3 left. Okay,
Yeah, man. Wait, do I?
so,
9, 10,
For your-
11.
I got none.
see, I
Oh, no, I'm
have-
coming in with
I
$4
have all-
as well.
I have all 5 available to me. Okay,
Yeah.
so you've made the movie. Now you have to sell the media rights. For the release of this movie, for $5, you get a major picture theatrical release.
Okay.
It goes nationwide in theaters everywhere, and then it can be released like home media, whatever. For $4, it's a Netflix original.
Mm.
For $3, it's an Amazon Prime Video original.
Oh, no.
For $2, it's an Apple TV original. Or for $1, you can pass your
Peacock.
movie around the indie art house theaters and see who picks it up.
Oh, my God. That's what I was hoping for. I'm taking that for $1.
Okay.
Honestly, with Quentin Tarantino on it, yeah. Like, it'd be a
So-
fucking indie success.
Let me
Yeah.
reiterate. $1 in indie art house scene theaters. Like, your movie is not getting like streaming anywhere for at least a couple of years, if not like 5
Perfect.
or so
It's
perfect
fine.
like
It's
years.
Quentin
I am-
Tarantino.
And it's
Yeah,
and you're
give
not
me
getting
Inventory.
media rights, and you're not getting all of these other things. Like
Yeah.
this, when I put this at 1, I was thinking like the amount of people that are going to see this is going to be abysmal.
No,
Like,
but it's going to be...
like close to 0.
This is like
I-
a director that has done like high-end movies for years, like Dream. Is you just work on like a movie where it's like you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, go for it.
All right, you guys can go
Whatever.
to the fucking art house. I'm taking a theatrical release, and I'm
But
running with
I'm also,
Yeah.
because I have $3 left, I'm gonna go back and get that 2 more actors.
it. Okay.
Which was what was number 3 on that?
Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I'll take those 2.
Okay.
I
with
was
that,
just
'cause
about
I
to
think
say,
that they
I
would
could-
work well.
I'm going to go back and take Adam Sandler and Amy Schumer. She can have a little cameo, and I'm going to use Adam Sandler.
Right. And then you still have $2 left.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with
There you
everything
go.
else. Yeah.
All right.
You know what? I'll throw in my own little score. I'll work with John Williams.
Okay. That's great. So, for best movie possible, Dapper Deal Breaker. My movie, which I have kind of been imagining this whole time as 18XX.
Okay.
But my movie is being directed by Sam Mendes, which is perfect for war movies.
It is.
He's done like multiple war flicks, and he's done really, really good. Starring Hugh Laurie and Sarah Jessica Parker. Hugh Laurie as one of my soldiers in 18XX would be
casting.
great.
Yeah.
Score by John Williams, theatrical release. Like, mwah, just ship it and sell it now, because that's pretty much perfect.
Yeah. I was thinking, so I got I always fuck up his name. How do you pronounce it?
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
I got him. I got Hugh Laurie, Sarah Jessica Parker, Adam Sandler, and Amy Schumer can do something.
Yeah.
I got John Williams for the score and an indie release. I'm seeing this as like a real like one set movie. This is a monster in the house that we never see. This is like the creepy noises and you're stuck, you can't leave until the big reveal and let Del Toro make some fucked up awesome monster. Like, I think that sounds perfect.
I can imagine that, yeah. And then Dono.
Quentin Tarantino with fucking like a star-studded cast like Robert Downey Jr., Emma Stone, Chris Pratt, and Jennifer Lawrence, being able to like fuck around with that. I feel like honestly he could make almost anything with that. I would think more of like a mystery based type thing, maybe a bit like Sherlock Holmes-esque, if not like something different, like almost like borderline mystery horror would be a fun thing for him, but also like adventure within it. And then what is it? John Williams fucking just making banger music. I think that he would add with Quentin Tarantino's like not what would probably happen is he would like Quentin Tarantino would come up with different songs that he would want to have to match the vibe, because he will use like very popular pop songs and stuff like that, or like oldies goodies and stuff to really set the score. I feel like with having a like being able to play with the music and add to it to create more of like a theatrical or like dynamic sound to it, so like to increase like drum beats or to like flourish different things within it would add a lot, especially within like sound effects or maybe within different situations to set moves. And then like indie films, honestly, it's gonna blow up. It's a mix for success that it doesn't need fucking corporate assholes fucking picking at it. You know, enough people behind it are going to make it huge itself. So I'm not too worried about it just going to an indie film area. So yeah.
All right.
I love that.
There you go.
So
I'm just making Cats 2.
Yes.
But it's based around not like Doom, I guess. No, Mad Max.
Oh.
It'd be Mad Max, the cat. No,
okay.
It's Cats, but in Mad Max form.
Oh.
So it's Mad Cats.
Okay.
Mad Cats?
Mad Cats. All right.
No, that was
y'all
a joke.
want to make some magic items?
Yeah.
I need. Y'all have dice near you, I'd assume, right?
Yes, of course.
Who wants to go first?
Are we gonna do another
sure.
tool set?
No, we are not doing a tool set this time.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that tool set has died. No, I didn't ask you to roll anything.
Oh.
Who wants to go first?
I will go first.
Dippy go.
Okay. Roll me. You're gonna roll a couple dice right here. Roll me
Sure.
a D4.
Ooh. Okay. 3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a D12.
1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And roll me a D20.
19.
19.
Damn.
So in order, a D4 3, a D12 1, a D20 19.
Okay. So what I need you to do is make me a +3 weapon that deals acid damage
Oh.
and has something you can cast at will.
Oh, okay. All right. Immediate thought might be a little generic, but I like it. I'm going to go with it. So the Spider's Fang is a the Spider's Fang is a sickle +3. It naturally deals a very corrosive acid damage. That like gets into the user's blood and makes it boil and melt, you know, that kind of thing. On a Constitution saving throw, to like either have the damage or, you know, on a success, or if they roll a natural 1, double the damage on a critical failure, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And at will, the user can cast Spider Climb.
Ooh.
Excuse me. And it is also this sickle acts very much like a flying disc, like it's cut from like the cloth of like half a flying disc, so you can throw it as a thrown weapon with a range of 20-40, just like a dagger. Because the handle can deal the poison damage on contact as well. If it hits, you know, if it hits, if you throw it and like, you know, it's not guaranteed that the blade is going to hit the guy, but the whole weapon will deal its whole damage regardless of the thrown aspect.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I love that.
Oh,
the Spider's Fang.
Dono, you ready?
Acid damage.
Yeah.
All right, roll me a D4.
I said I was ready, but then didn't have my dice in front
D4,
of me.
12, and 20 are what I'm going to need.
D4s, where are you? God damn.
They're the pointy ones.
They're all hidden underneath. Okay, D4, D12. D12, and then D20. Okay. D4 is.
There's technically 13 damage types in D&D. We're leaving one out. 4? Okay.
Yes. 12 is a 10.
10.
And then D20 is 9.
9. Okay.
So 4, 10, and 9.
Yeah, you are going to make for me the strange weapon that is +4 that deals psychic damage and has something you can. It's whatever you want it to be.
Okay, so any weapon.
Any weapon. It is a +4 weapon that also deals psychic damage and has something that you can do twice a day. Has 2 charges of something.
Oh, okay.
Figured we'll do like some magic item libs.
I don't have like a good name for it yet.
Okay, just
that's my thing. But I've gotten a good idea. This is a gauntlet that does +4 to your brawl. So when you go to like do an unarmed strike, this does a +4 to the damage, along with a 1d4 psychic damage on top of the punch. So it does +4 psychic damage every time that you hit it with a d4 to roll with it.
Okay.
So whatever your like strength and everything like that, add a 4 and then add a d4 to it. This has 2 charges of telekinetic push that you can. Let me freaking remember this spell, because how do you spell telekinetic? Kinetic 5e push telekinetic. Oh wait, is it part of telekinesis? Telekinetic. Yeah, increased intelligence. So you learn the mage hand cantrip. Also,
As a bonus action, you can technically
Oh.
shove one creature within you can see within 30 feet. When you do so, the target must succeed a strength saving throw of DC 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus the ability modifier, or move 5 feet away from you.
yeah. So basically, it's a defense-based telekinetic weapon where you
Mhm.
can be able to swing just in the air and push somebody back with that. So you make a swinging motion, it activates the spell, and twice per day you can make that within like as a distance attack, pushing them back and getting them out of your way. It is monks can wield this because it's not considered armor,
Cool.
and barbarians as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I love that. Fuck yeah.
Maybe like the TK gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
or because it's knockout and it's TKO.
Yeah. Oh, I do fuck with that.
The TKA gauntlet,
Yeah.
TKO gauntlets, the knockout
Mhm.
gauntlet. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
With
yeah,
dippies, I have an idea, but whatever.
Oh, okay. No, if you got one, go for it.
I was thinking like chromatic orb for the spell that you could cast at will. Oh no, wait, is at will like as many times as you want?
Yes.
Oh well, then acid splash would probably be it. That you could cast acid splash. So every time that you like hit, okay. I would do this as like a long sword or a great sword. Have an
Okay.
orb in the middle towards like the hilt where it's like it's a 4-inch diameter orb that's in the
Mhm.
middle of it. And when you go when you go to swing and you focus on somebody, you can cast acid splash. So basically, if the target that you're hitting is within like 5 feet of two other targets, it could splash and it splashes the damage from the blade to the others.
I do love that. I've just been summoned to help with kids really quick, so give me 1 second.
You're good, bro. You're good. Dippy, how has your week been?
So far, it's been all right. I had a good
Life treating you
weekend with
good?
Mom. Had a good
Good.
weekend with Mom. She came up. She had to leave today because she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Mhm.
But so far, it's been
Good.
okay. Still waiting on some news and whether or not that holds any sway. But you know,
Okay. Gotten any like camera jobs or sub jobs?
not
recently?
camera. I will be working on. Oh, excuse me. I will be working at. What is it? I have to open up my page again. My Rhino page.
With like Halloween coming up, you could offer like directing a commercial to fucking like
Possibly.
local haunted houses near you.
I will be working at Bridgestone Arena on Sammy Hagar is performing
Oh,
on the 28th.
I have no idea who that is. That's fun.
You know
I
what?
don't know
Weirdly
who that
enough, I don't either. Hold on.
is.
Sammy Hagar. He
Whenever I
is
hear
a
people
rock
with like
singer.
really loud keyboards, I'm just like, did you make it into the mainframe?
Yeah, my keyboard has always been loud.
Hagar.
He did I Can't
okay.
Drive 55. Yeah, he has a lot
I
of.
don't know that song.
He has a lot of
Hot
good
for
stuff.
Teacher is one that he made.
Oh yeah, he did Hot for Teacher. Yeah, he's
Can't Stop Loving You.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sammy Hagar is he was a rock singer back in the day, and he is touring. And
Okay.
on Friday, actually, I'm bringing it up.
Yep. On the 28th, Nashville, Tennessee, 7 p.m. Bridgerton
on the
Air.
30th. On the 30th, on Friday.
Oh, okay. You're
I will be
yeah.
I will be tearing down a Green Day show at Geodis Park.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. Rhino hasn't called me to do any camera yet, so.
Are you just picking up like little jobs here and there?
Whenever whenever Rhino calls me and whatever McAllister's gives me.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times I'll watch like YouTube videos that are like with companies that are based in like LA and Hollywood, stuff like that.
Yes.
And I realized that whenever they talk about like, hey, you'll just hire a guy, yeah, to do like a thing, I'm just like, oh wait, they're not talking about like a professional. They're just talking about some random actor on the street. They're gonna hire them to do a bit.
Hmm.
Like, oh, I want somebody to like play like a plumber to like trick on somebody, or like I'll hire like, oh, you'll just hire a guy. You'll just hire an actor, because I remember watching this podcast or listening to it, and this guy's just like, yeah, when I was like first starting out as an actor, I would just take whatever I could get, which means that someone could hire me to like move their shit around, like to move their house, and I would do that. I was just a person for hire, like freelancing, and you could just pay me $40 and I would like help move your shit from your one house to the other, or like help you move things. Like, and that was something that he was given because he was a bigger dude. I was like, okay. I realized that that was like in LA, that's probably like just a normal thing to have happen. You know, I don't know. Yeah. Look at Dadley and his knuckle punk cut off sleeve.
You're
That
close. It's
fucking
puck, but it's okay.
Knuckle puck.
punk.
Yeah, it's knuckle puck, not punk.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, you're right. It is.
Ugh.
I was in
My son just pointed out today. He's like, "Why is it so open? Because it just goes like
nipples.
Oh,
Cover
my
us.
God.
We're on
Wow.
Twitch, sir.
I cut it. I cut it that. Am I not allowed to show my nips on Twitch?
I mean,
Twitch is a no nip.
I'd be careful.
I cut it this way because it's so comfy.
Wow.
I
Did I miss
wish
anything?
I could have
No,
like cut
we
off
just
sleeves
talked
like
about
that
While
and
you're
not
gone.
feel self-conscious about my man boobies.
I feel you.
I've seen men like walk around with it. I'm just like, fuck, dude, you're so like.
That's how I feel about
me.
crop tops. I wish I had the confidence to rock a crop top.
Drop top, crop top, cooking up dope in the crock pot.
So on that note, though, I didn't realize I'd be going back to back after I said Tippy, you go, so you don't go back to back.
Okay, well then I can
kind of back to back. Well, no, I did. We always end on the Dapper draft, and I have a debate ready to go.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go. All right.
So
Let's go, baby.
I bring to the court today two people that seem to be masters of this subject, seem to know both sides of the aisle in such a way that many others don't.
Oh dear.
So I ask you two today,
Okay.
what truly is more fun, being a player or a DM?
Fuck, man. Okay.
Do we get to choose what part
That's up
what
to
we
you
think?
guys. That's
Okay,
between y'all.
man.
To be honest, as someone that has been a DM for a very long period, I gotta say it's so much more fun to be a player. Like, it's so much fun to just be able to like look through this world and be like, okay, this is my friend's brain. Let me nitpick everything. Let me push the boundaries. Let me go fishing in a pool of blood. You know, it's so much fun to be a player and to like interact with everybody in their characters and just be like a little guy instead of being 20 at one time.
Now, not every DM is going to be creative enough to create their own homebrew world, their own homebrew story. They're not going to be able to create everything. But for those DMs out there who do, the amount of creative license that you are given to tell a story for your players, no matter who those players are, no matter how appreciative of that creation they are or not, telling that story will always be more fun than experiencing it. Being the ringleader of this circus of people, you get the credit for it more often than not, whether that's the right way to look at it or not. And more often than not, you are prepared for anything that the players can do. And the things that you didn't think they could do, it's up to your discretion to decide whether they get to do it or not. And if you're a good DM, you will work with them after they have done it to see where your story goes next. And that feeling, unparalleled.
Nah, that's too much work. Honestly, I just want to be a little guy. I just want to be a dude that's walking around. I love getting to know
on the little guy.
like
Okay.
like honestly, just being a little fish in a big pond feels not like it's fun. It's fun to learn how the big pond works and to like discover a world. As a DM, you know everything already, but as a player, it's like you've got a million little gift boxes for Christmas, and you get to open them up one by one. And sometimes you open one present and the other ones are gone, and you wonder why. And then you may not know till not like the 30th present that you open up, and it's like, hey, guess what? Because you didn't open up this present, you got this instead. And you're like, oh no, oh Jesus, no. And then you just live with those actions. Like you can just make an action and then it affects the world. And it's like, oh, I have a thing, like I have power in this situation. Yeah, knowing the whole story is great, but finding out about the story is like, and living it is so much fun.
A power that can be granted or snuffed at a moment's notice by the guy in charge. There is a certain level of power that comes with being the creator of a world. I mean, one person would know that above all else. But God is just the DM of the universe. Anyway, the amount of satisfaction that you get as a player exploring a DM's world is palpable. I'll give you that. But the amount of satisfaction that is garnered from your players discovering something that you have hidden well enough that they find it when you weren't anticipating them to find it, or you were like, okay, let's see if they're smart enough to figure this out, and they figure it out, validation instantaneously. You know, it comes down to an exercise of whether you want to be the discoverer or whether you want to be the creator. And there is another aspect of DMing that steps beyond creation, which is there are a lot of materials that DMs use that has already been created for them. Modules, pre-made adventures. And the DMs that can run those modules to a degree that a player is satisfied at the end, especially a player that's already played those modules, that is a satisfying feeling that goes well beyond being in the same, talking of modules, being in the same setting and very more often than not choosing the same type of character to play in that setting. Whereas as the DM, sure, you get to play the same NPCs, but you give your own you give your own voice to something that has garnered thousands.
Yes.
Dippy, I just want to ask you, when you played Canna last and you kicked the rug from underneath my feet by using your last portents to give me a nat 1 on the mother of Avery, did you feel like you might have just beat God at that moment? How did that make you feel? Was that better than
that's a
any
good
DM
rebuttal.
experience?
That's a good fucking rebuttal.
Answer me that, please. Did that feel really good to do? To make it so I had to stop the session to have done something that I did not, that the DM did not plan, that God did not plan for, so he had to stop time? How did that make you feel as a player? I rest my fucking case.
Good question. Good rebuttal. Dippy, any closing? That feels like Donald's closing remarks. Do you have any, Dippy?
He's gonna try. But
Being surprised truly is the spice of life.
There you go. Yeah.
Case rested.
How many of those have I won?
I can't imagine that you comparatively felt worse than I did in that moment.
I mean, I didn't feel bad, but I know that felt good that you did that. And the fact that everybody was surprised by that.
We all lost it. We all lost our mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to go back and clip that moment if I'm being honest.
Yes, you do.
But, yeah.
Out of the debate, do you guys have a preference? DM versus player?
Having done both for long enough to decide, I love being a player. I love being a player so much.
I love DMing and telling a story and fucking with my friends, and like, because sometimes throughout the week I'll just get ideas of dumb shit that I want to like give to you guys. But I have a giant story. I have like everything planned. I have like big things planned that now I'm just like having the fun part of just like, oh, what am I going to sprinkle in this time to be like a little fun thing that you do? Or are you guys going to go talk to a bunch of NPCs and meet some quirky individuals and like we just not play role play? Or are you guys going to fight something that you're going to shit your pants because you're just like, oh, this is what we have to deal with. Like just constantly being able to play with that fear. But then sometimes after doing all that planning and everything that's so goddamn stressful sometimes, now being able to come in and just play my little guy, my little sussy little guy is the best thing ever. I love him so much.
I like stepping away from the chair and just sitting down and being a little snake boy.
His little snake boy.
I genuinely prefer DMing more than player by like a long shot, if I'm being honest.
Hey, there you go.
I love DMing so much. It is, I very much.
I just thought of a dumb character idea.
So I won the debate. Yeah, woohoo!
No, but I just thought of a really dumb character idea, and I had thought of one earlier today, and I posted it on the chat, but this is a different one. This could be like controversial shit. Basically, a mother whose child is their familiar, so every time that they lose them, they just call them back.
That's a villain.
That's what the fuck, man?
Is that a villain?
That's crazy.
Yes, that's a villain.
What if it's just like a mom with like a child on a leash the entire time?
Also,
okay.
Bud.
Okay.
Have you seen Batman
real life? I will say about real life mothers with children on leashes. A child on a leash is something that you look at and you have to wonder, wow, what did that child do to get on his mother's nerves or her mother's nerves or whatever? You know,
there are children out there that are just prone to wander, dude.
I mean, there's that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if they're like going to a big new environment, kids just wander.
Yeah.
Like I've had to put my kids on like a backpack with a leash, everyone. Like just to have it, like they're still one thing that I would do is just like let them walk around. But I would like if they start going the wrong direction, it's like, okay, I've got 8 feet to be able to grab you before you fucking are gone. From like I have to start running.
Wait, you don't that's the Batman Who Laughs. That's an alternate reality of the Joker also becoming Batman.
Oh my god, that's fucking creepy. It's in the Discord. You can't see it if you're on the stream, but my god, what a fucking weird, terrifying visual. All right, gentlemen.
Well, damn, it is a villain.
Yeah,
it literally is. Gentlemen, I think it's time that we come to yet another exciting episode of Welcome Back to the Dapper Draft. Dapper Draft.
I lost my
All right, so I got a nice simple one for you today, and we've done something very similar to this before, but this time I'm going to change it up, by subtracting a few. In a previous Dapper Draft, we drafted our top 5, I think it might have been top 6, top 5 or 6 things related to the number 5.
Okay.
This time, I want you boys to draft the best I want you guys to draft a list of your top 5, top 6, whatever. Doesn't matter that way. Of the number 2, second best.
Oh, the number
silver
2.
medal. The number 2, second best, silver medal, runner up. Doesn't matter what you call it. Sometimes second place isn't remembered as much as first. So if you can think of the most memorable, people who have been, always the bridesmaid, never the bride type situations. They can be athletes without rings would be runners up in my case, in my definition here. Or, actors without Oscars, number 2s and runner-ups is your list today. Now you can literally run with, the number 2, as we have in the past with the number 5. But my preference for this list, preference for this list is that you're talking like silver medalists, second placers, or people who are memorable but not memorable enough, or people who are memorable but not winners, not grand winners.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. If it invokes second place in your mind, it counts.
Okay. Huh.
So let us roll for order, and then I will flip for draft. Oh, I don't think you're beating my.
You're nat 20.
It's not a nat 20, so you could. Did you just roll a nat 20? Are you serious?
I got a 17.
I got a 19.
Oh, I'm last
high
this
rolls
time.
Today.
Hey.
And what did you get?
I'm last. I got 17. We actually rolled high this time. So usually it's like 1, 5, and 10, maybe.
Yeah. So we got Dadley Dip. I'm going second place. How fitting is that?
There you go.
You won. Dono.
Why am I only thinking anime?
That's fine.
I mean, yeah, it's perfectly fine. All right. Dadley. I'm flipping for turn order. Call it in the air.
Heads.
It's heads. I'll let you pick. Serpentine or back to back?
Serpentine.
All right. So, Dadley, for your number 1, number 2.
Yes. I'm going with the biggest guy that's associated with second. The second man to walk on the moon, Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin. There you go.
He's the second man to walk on the moon, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Neil just took all that glory from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Buzz Aldrin.
That guy.
There you go. Well, for my number 2, you have to think back to the sports dynasties that have occurred over the years. You think of, the Terry Bradshaw Steelers, they won 5 or 6 Super Bowls. The Tom Brady Patriots, they won 6 Super Bowls. Well, think of there are 2 dynasties in my mind that have gone to the Super Bowl a lot, but they never won. In fact, I can think of 2. And of those 2, I will pick the second place of those 2. Because the Minnesota Vikings Purple People Eaters were fucking monstrous, but you can't really name the quadruple loser Buffalo Bills off the top of your head. So I'm going with the 1991 to 1995. I think that's the span of time that I'm looking at here. The Buffalo Bills went to 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost all 4 of them.
Wow.
It's honestly a joke. It's kind of crazy. Let me see. 4 Super Bowl losses. Yeah, 1990 to 1993. So I will pick the 1990 to 1993 Buffalo Bills.
1990 to
1993 Buffalo Bills, because
Wow.
they came in second 4 times in a row. And they were not notable enough like the Purple People Eater Vikings were.
Yeah.
To be even remembered for that. So,
You're going to go twice, Donna.
Okay, I'm gonna go twice.
You're going to go twice.
First of all, I want to say second place, probably for today's stream, is our chat, who's been fucking. We have not been interacting with it.
No, we have not.
I'm sorry, Aluja.
Granted,
at one point in time,
Aludra
Aluja said, "I'm just gonna walk around and chat like the Invisible Man from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen."
Oh, Aludra.
My bad. Oh my god, what a great reference to League of Extraordinary
I know.
Great,
Yeah.
great
Reference,
movie.
I just want to give like a little shout out to Aluja. Sorry. We've just been in our own fucking heads. Thank you for messaging me.
Been talking and doing a lot of
Discord
stuff.
So second place, I'm gonna say Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
It's Naruto's show, but Sasuke is like, he was supposed to be number 1, but like ends up being the number 2 character in the entirety of the show.
And you
like,
know,
when you think Naruto, you also think not Sasuke.
You think Sasuke, you also think like he's second fiddle to his bigger brother too, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. He's always coming in second place, man. It sucks.
And for your second pick in this second of seconds,
Luigi from Mario and
God
Luigi.
damn it! God damn it! I kind of knew that Luigi. I'm surprised Luigi didn't go in the top round there.
Yeah,
but fuck,
I'm a little
man.
surprised too.
I mean, even on a list of 5, Luigi came in second place.
that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue riding the Nintendo trend here.
Okay.
And I will say that when you think of rivalries like that, like, you know, you have Mario and Luigi and like all these other ones, I look at the rivalry aspect and who won the video game rivalry of the 90s. Well, to me, clearly it was, or not 90s, 80s, sorry. Who won the video game rivalry of the 80s? In my mind, the second fiddle of the video game rivalry of the 80s was none other than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
So
Love Sonic in this house.
I will pick Sonic the Hedgehog as my second of seconds.
Yeah. Big
And now
Sonic
you
fan
get to
over
pick
here.
2, and now you get to pick 2 in a row, Dadley.
I'm gonna grab 2 movies back to back. I'm gonna grab
Okay.
what I sincerely, and this isn't a bit, what I sincerely think is the best sequel ever made. I'm not a fan of many sequels. I've never enjoyed a lot of sequels.
Sure.
The best sequel ever made, the best second of the film, The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
It is
So fucking good,
sincerely
bro.
one of the best sequels ever made. And then followed immediately by the movie that literally in Googling, I checked 3 different times because I couldn't believe it didn't win Best Picture. Jaws? Didn't
Really?
win? It lost to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Oh,
See, okay. Yes, Jaws is worthy of this list because of that. But One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest abso-fucking-lutely deserved all 5, you know. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is one of those occasions, I think it's only happened 3 times, where a movie won all 5 of the biggest 5 awards at the award show.
Yes.
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Screenplay. And One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest did it, Silence of the Lambs did it, and a movie from 1934 called It Happened One Night did it as well. Which is crazy. 3 different eras, 3 different kinds of movies, all are the only quote-unquote Big 5 winners. Oppenheimer almost did it, but it didn't get a nomination for Best Actress.
I mean, if you think Oppenheimer and Barbie, so Barbie's second.
Oppenheimer and Barbie?
Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Dreamhouse Barbie.
Barbie. All right, Donald.
No,
it's
One
me.
Flew Over the Cuckoo. Yeah, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest does deserve all of that. If Jaws was any other weird year, they should have won. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Okay, so you think of the number 2, you think of second place, you think of silver medalists. One of the greatest NASCAR drivers who ever lived, but never won a championship. He's won so many other accolades. He's won many other races. He's won a lot of races in his time, but he never won a championship. And he also came second place in one of the greatest Daytona 500 performances ever. I gotta go with Mark Martin. There's a Mark Martin. There's a great YouTube documentary series about Mark Martin that follows his career, and I recommend that you watch it. But I recommend that everybody, I recommend that to everybody. So, one of the greatest bridesmaids of NASCAR. 42 wins, no championships, no Daytona 500 wins.
Okay. All right. So I have back to back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Buzz from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No. I had to think about it, but you are absolutely right. You think of Woody and Buzz. Buzz is absolutely the number 2 of Toy Story, and that hit me a lot harder than I thought it would.
Yeah.
And then for my fourth pick, Dippy, you got real close in your second, but I'm saying Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog. He's always second. He's the backup to Sonic.
Tails is number 2 in Sonic, but
Here's
in the
the
rivalry
thing.
of the 80s.
Here's
Sonic...
the fun thing about the Sonic franchise. Tails is technically stronger than Sonic and Knuckles. Like his power is better than yes, he can go faster than Sonic.
I don't know about that.
See, but would you say Tails is number 2, or would you say that Knuckles is number 2?
Oh no, Knuckles doesn't come in until way later. Sonic and Tails have always been the duo.
That is very fair. That is very fair. Okay. Now, in terms of second fiddle, or second place,
we get extra points if we get like an abstract second, like a second to a second to a second.
See, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I'm trying to think now of like how many degrees of second place can you have?
Yeah.
Before it's
and
really
Mark Martin
just
is a good
first
example.
in our hearts.
Mark Martin is a good example because he was second Daytona 500, second fiddle in championship years, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if I'm taking it a little bit simpler here, man.
Yeah.
I will have to say, Patrick.
Patrick from SpongeBob?
Patrick from SpongeBob, yeah.
My name's not Rick.
You think of SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yep.
Like, Patrick is absolutely one of the most worthy number 2s of
100%.
our childhood, especially,
Yeah.
So, Dadley, you get 2
Yeah.
to finish off your list, and then we'll close it out with another Dippy Donna run. There you go.
It's I feel like I've been kind of grouping these because it's easier for my brain. So I'm gonna round this off with my favorite second fiddles, my favorite second beat characters.
Okay.
We're gonna start off with who might be one of the most famous second fiddles. I'm going with Watson. Sherlock and
motherfucker.
Watson.
Motherfucker. If you hadn't said Watson, I would have said Watson on my final one.
And then just one close to my heart. One that a lot of people don't even remember their names. Garth from Rain's World.
Oh my god, what a great fucking pick.
Party on, Garth. Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth.
So,
oh man,
I'm going with Garth from Wayne's World. That whole scene of him dancing to Foxy was my entire personality when I was 16.
Aludra put down Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle's
Rocky
a good
and
fucking...
Bullwinkle, yeah. Bullwinkle's
That's
a great
good
second
answer.
Fiddle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hella good answer.
I mean,
Dippy?
yeah, absolutely. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. See,
Yeah, 'cause
This one is really specific to my tailored interests, but this guy literally is number 2 in the show, and that would be Edward. Edward the Blue Engine from Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. He is literally numbered number 2. He was the second engine on the island. He was the second engine in the series, canonically. Chronologically, when telling the story of Thomas, whatever, Edward is the second engine introduced. The only thing that Edward is not second in is the fact that Reverend W. Awdry, the author, created him first.
Really?
He was the first character that Awdry created. So, Dono, close out our list with your final second fiddle.
This is a burn to myself.
Or number 2.
This is a burn to myself. It's the 49ers, buddies. They lost the Super Bowl. They fumbled it. They had it. They fucking had it, and then they came in second. Fuck me, but yeah. Hey, at least we made it.
I'll go ahead and say I'll go ahead and say 2023 San Francisco 49ers specifically here.
A quick honorable mention for me is Double D from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. I was wondering
when you started saying Edward, I was just like, oh, are you talking about like
no,
from
I
Ed
was
and Eddy?
thinking of who I was trying to think of who would be second in that trio. Because
Double D.
It would be Double D.
It's Ed, such as Edward.
Ed, and Eddie.
And then, there's Ed, which is the double D because he's EDD.
Yep.
So that's why he's double D.
Going back to our triplet talk from earlier, you could have said any of the...
We could have been Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yes, we
could have been Ed and Eddie in our triplet talk, but we also, in this list, could have selected Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Could have selected,
Have you guys heard like the voice actors for Ed and Eddie? How much they just actually sound?
It is weird. They're just talking. Yeah,
it's just like, oh my god. I thought they were like literally trying.
There you go. So, on our lists of number 2s and runner-ups, Dadley, you have...
Yeah, I got Buzz Aldrin, The Dark Knight, Jaws, Dr. Watson, and Garth.
Which is a fucking phenomenal list, by the way.
It is. It's a good second one.
Then I have the 1990 to 1994 Buffalo Bills. Sonic
94.
the Hedgehog. Yeah, 1990 to 1994. Because the season started in 1990.
I had 93 down.
Because I initially said 93.
Oh, okay.
I looked it up, and so the year that those Super Bowls actually ran in, Super Bowl 25 ran in 1991, but the season was the 90 to 91 season.
Okay.
So 1990 to 1994 Buffalo Bills, Sonic the Hedgehog, Mark Martin, Patrick, and Edward the Blue Engine. Fun list.
I have
a list catered to my tastes, but fun list.
Yes. I have Sasuke Uchiha, Luigi.
Yeah.
Buzz from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And the 2023 49ers.
There you go.
That's a pretty damn good list.
Yeah.
That's also a good list.
But if we had to pick the number 2 list of these 3 lists, I would have to say number 2 list on this list of number 2s.
I think the second best list is Dippy's.
How do you feel about your own list, Deadly? I think your list was pretty good.
I think it sucks.
I think I had the best list. I think I had the best list. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna
both
fucking
your guys'
play
lists suck. I think both your guys' lists suck.
Which is
eat my
fine.
ass.
You're allowed to think that.
I could have put down an answer for the last list that I had on here, which was the Kraken.
How was the
Because you
Kraken
have the Tarrasque, and then it's the Kraken.
I don't know.
Because it's the number 2 Titan in the book.
Oh, in the Dungeons and Dragons universe, sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you can say that, yeah.
Because you guys didn't know it was a Titan.
There
yes,
you
I
go.
did. I used it as an antipod question.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Dippy didn't know.
Yeah.
Hell, I could have put down myself when it came to Antipod Jeopardy.
There you go.
Second all the time. Mothra is number 1 in No, Godzilla's heart. You take that fucking back.
Yeah, no, Mothra's a top pick. I
See,
don't know
the
what you're
problem
talking
with
about.
Godzilla Monster.
Mama
That's the
Mothra?
end of the Dapper Draft. Thank you so much for watching. I ended the recording for that. But when it comes to Godzilla monsters, Mothra is number one among Godzilla monsters, other than Godzilla himself.
Wait, no. I would so say King Kong is number one.
Well, King Kong isn't exactly in
But he was his own thing before he fought Godzilla, though.
They became a thing together over time.
They became a thing together.
Godzilla didn't have King Kong
but if
the
you
beginning.
If you're not saying it's King Kong and Godzilla, then you can't say it's Mario and Luigi. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, in a modern sense, yes, you're right. I get where you're coming from with that. But Godzilla monster, King Ghidorah. So okay, but are we really putting King Ghidorah over Mothra? Yes, we are. I can't believe I said that out loud.
Ghidorah hose? What?
Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, the three-headed dragon.
Ghidorah?
Yes.
Oh, is that
Or
what
King Ghidorah,
Aluja said in
whatever.
chat?
Yeah.
Ghidorah.
Are you putting King Ghidorah over Mothra? Maybe. But then Mothra's number 3. Mothra, because you have Mecha Godzilla. You have...
Yeah.
You know, you have Mecha Godzilla. You have the Mutos from the new Godzillas. You know, the mutant organisms, whatever they are. You know, Mothra's up there, but Mothra's not number 2.
We're gonna play like the crab fighting simulator sometime on this.
I want his Magic
show.
the Gathering card so bad, and yes, it is a dragon.
There is a free-to-play crab
Mm.
fighting game that you can play against people, and we could fight each other as giant crabs.
Hey, you know what?
With big knives.
Next
All right,
episode.
so-
No, no, I'm kidding. All right.
No, next episode is Uno.
Oh yeah, right. Of course, yeah. We're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're doing.
So
Uno
we got to
next time.
start wrapping this up.
Let's start wrapping
Every
it up.
time it's
With our final segments, starting with the media pick of the month, which we are now going to announce that we are transitioning that into a weekly pick. But for the Dapper discussion, it will still be an in-depth explanation of a media pick that we like for you, that we want to recommend
And then
to
we
you
have
at
life
the end of the
advice.
month. And then we have life advice, and then we'll get out of here. Bob, Wade, and Mark when playing Uno. Oh God. Yet another trio. I completely.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's from.
Markiplier, Bob,
Oh,
Meiskins,
yeah, okay,
and
got it.
Wade, Lord Minion 777.
Understood. Now,
Yeah. All right. So, do either of y'all have a media pick that you want to do before me, or I've got one pretty well here?
I have been traveling so much that I've barely consumed any media. So I have one, but
So it's a quick
All right,
one
what's up?
for you then. Yeah, get your quick one out of the
Oh.
way then.
I was just say, I'm currently reading a book called The Tempest of Tea. It is fantasy tea shop that caters to vampires at night.
Oh, fun.
very
It
nice.
is very interesting, but more than that, it is written by a
Vampire.
I don't
It's
know. I do not want to get it wrong, because there's a very big difference between Hindu and Islamism, and I understand that.
Oh, yeah.
One of those people of faith is written by them, and it talks a lot about immigration as well, and the kind of ostracization of people. Very fascinating book so far. I'm like a third of the way done with it. Definitely would recommend. It is
interesting.
how do I word it? It is dense enough that if you want to read something with big ideas, you'll enjoy it. If you just want to read vampires, heist, and tea, it is also fun enough that you'll enjoy it.
There you go.
So there's my Tempest of Tea.
All right. Donald?
Honestly, the only bit of media, I'm consuming a lot of different types of media right now. I've just been trying to I don't know, part of like my whole thing has just been trying to keep up with like things that are going on, like at least media wise. I'm not really giving like the world's so stressful.
Yeah.
That I'm just trying to like get in, like, okay, let me I've just finished up the newest Demon Slayer arc. Fucking fantastic. I recommended it to a friend the other day. If you're into anime, fucking the new Demon Slayer arc is fantastic. It's a great little like change of beat, but still true to the series, and it's very fun. It's very uplifting and very motivating and such. So yeah, recommend that. Yeah.
There you
Dippy?
go. In terms of my media pick of the month, I am going to have to recommend a book. I may or may not have mentioned this. Dadley, do you remember if I mentioned this book in the last Dapper discussion? This was a month ago.
I think you have. I don't think you have recommended the book, but I know you
Yeah.
have brought it up.
I've at least brought it up once or twice. I have now purchased a physical copy of this book because I really like how it's formatted, how it's structured. This book is Mythos, written by Stephen Fry, the Greek myths reimagined. So this book covers literally everything you could ever want to know about the beginnings of Greek mythology, like the First Order, Ouranos and Gaia, the sky and the earth, and their story, and then how they birthed the Second Order, and how the Second Order led to the Olympians, and all of this other, it's a wonderful book that, narrated by Stephen Fry for the audiobook version, is absolutely wonderful to listen to as well. But it's $30 to pick up the physical book, and the audiobook, if you have Spotify Premium, it's included with Spotify Premium, and you can listen to it on Spotify Premium. Narrated by Stephen Fry. It's absolutely wonderful. That's how I'm that's how I'm consuming this, is I'm listening to the audiobook and following along in the physical book. But even if you don't have that option for you, I still recommend it, because he has a second one out called Heroes, which immediately follows the events of the beginnings of mythology and goes into the age of man and the heroes that came from it, like Hercules and all of these other ones and so on. So that's going to be my read right after this. But yeah, recommendation, Mythos by Stephen Fry. And with that, let's do some real quick life advice and get out of here. I'm getting tired, and I know you good boys are too.
Oh, yeah.
Always take the over, because you want to be viewed as an optimist rather than a pessimist.
Always take the under. You're either wrong or pleasantly surprised.
Fuck, I have a completely different. I want to continue, but I had a different fucking life advice.
Just go for it. Just go for it.
I think
Okay.
there were only two options when it
Hey, I'm
comes to
killing the
betting
bit
odds.
here, okay?
I
Fuck
think
these guys' life advice. Take mine. If you're somebody that's having a hard time or has a hard time making friends, understand, or has gone through a large loss or something like that. I heard this quote a couple weeks ago, and it's that your next friendship, your next relationship, your next anything is not going to be perfect. The person's not going to be perfect. Your expectations are not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. But with time, you both smooth into each other and create a perfect relationship, or at least a good one. A relationship is nothing. It can only be done with two people. It can never be done by yourself. So you always have to practice. If you're going to practice building relationships, you have to do it with another person, and understand that it's not going to be perfect at first. Stick to it.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's incredibly toxic, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But if you want to build a good friendship, stick to the person, even if things are not fully perfect.
Yeah. And on that
And
note,
with that, I honestly, and on that note, I want to also say thank you guys for being some of my best friends that I've made, and some random ass motherfuckers that I met on the internet. And I love being able to chat with you guys and be a person with you and alive. And you make
That's great.
You make every day worth living. You give me something to look forward to be able to talk with you guys and to have you in my life. And I will be devastated the day that I don't have you anymore.
Yeah.
I will you will be someone that I constantly think of throughout my life, and I plan on living a long time.
I consider myself lucky that I've had the chance to physically meet both of you, and
Yeah.
Cannot wait until the
Who's
next
hotter?
time that I meet either of you. It's Dudley. And on
Damn
that note,
I knew it.
And on that note, Dudley, you got
Because he's got
anything
a
to add
daddy
to
bod.
that?
I'm kidding.
Blah, blah, blah. Nope. No, I don't. I guess
He
not.
got flirted with and then stopped being able to go.
And on that note, thank you so much for watching the Dapper D's. I've been Dippy.
I've been Bradley. Dadley.
Wow.
And I'm definitely not
I
that
have been
guy, but
Bradley.
I am Dono.
And until next time, your adventure matters.
Stay dapper.
And roll some initiative, motherfucker. Let's get out of here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.